dissect Westminster drama faster than MPs can claim their expenses. Today's headline: Keir Starmer just pulled such a dramatic U-turn on immigration that half his party is getting whiplash. Grab your popcorn and buckle up, this is going to be a wild one. So what's our dear Prime Minister done this time? Only channeled as in 1968 and warned that Britain risks becoming dramatic pause an island of strangers. Yes, really. The same Keir Starmer who once championed immigration rights has now decided to take back control of Britain's borders. It's like watching someone burn their old playlist and start pretending they've always been into death metal. But before we dive into the political earthquake this has caused, let's break down what Starmer's actually proposing. Because nothing says I'm desperately trying to appeal to right-wing voters quite like a hastily assembled immigration white paper. Starmer's shiny new plan includes reducing overseas care workers, because who needs care, right? Extending how long people must live here before qualifying for settlement, and requiring adult dependents to demonstrate English skills. Oh, and students? Your post-study stay just got shorter. Hope you weren't planning on, contributing to our economy or anything. It's like watching someone who spent years criticizing a restaurant's menu suddenly become the head chef and serve exactly the same dishes just with slightly different garnish. Now, how's this going down with his Labour colleagues? About as well as suggesting a fox hunt at a vegan convention. Jeremy Corbyn, remember him? Went full throttle, saying Starmer is channeling Enoch Powell and that it won't do anything other than fuel hatred, racism, and fear. Ouch! When your predecessor essentially compares you to the rivers of blood speech guy, you might want to reconsider your messaging strategy. MP Zara Sultana didn't mince words either, calling it a disgrace that puts lives at risk. And Clive Lewis said this language doesn't just alienate communities, it drives people away from our country altogether. Talk about a warm workplace environment at the next Labour meeting. But wait, there's more. The rebellion isn't limited to Labour's left. MPs from across the party are lining up to give Starmer a piece of their mind faster than you can say internal polling crisis. Richard Bergen dropped this truth bomb. Migrants didn't cause a housing crisis. Migrants didn't cause the NHS crisis. Migrants didn't drive up poverty levels. Years of austerity did all that. Someone get the fire extinguisher, because that's a proper burn. And Nadia Whittome called the rhetoric shameful and dangerous, saying it mimics the scaremongering of the far right. When your own MPs are basically saying you sound like Nigel Farage after a particularly grumpy afternoon, you might have a bit of a problem on your hands. So what's really going on here? Has Starmer had a genuine change of heart? Or is this political calculation so transparent you could use it as a window? Let's be real for a second. This is what happens when focus groups and polling data start driving policy instead of principles. Starmer seems to be playing a game of political twister, left foot red, right hand blue, face firmly planted in whatever polls well this week. The irony is that by trying to appeal to everyone, he risks appealing to no one. The right will say is not going far enough, while his base is wondering what happened to the principles they voted for. It's like watching someone try to please both cats and dogs with the same pet food someone's going to end up hissing. But what does this mean for Labour's future? And is this the hill Starmer wants to die on? The real question here isn't just about immigration policy, it's about what kind of party Labour wants to be. When you got members of your own team essentially accusing you of echoing far-right rhetoric, you've either made a serious miscalculation or you're playing a very dangerous game. And the biggest irony? While Starmer warns about an island of strangers, he might want to look around his own parliamentary party because at this rate, he's turning allies into strangers faster than you can say mandate for change. So what do you think? Is Starmer making a strategic pivot or a historic blunder? Has he lost the plot or found electoral gold? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this political roller coaster, smash that subscribe button and ring that bell. We bring you the sharpest, wittiest UK politics updates every week, no strangers here. Just friends you haven't subscribed with yet. This is UK Tribune, where we break down politics faster than politicians break their promises. See you in the next one.
Colleagues have dragged themselves out of the pub to actually join me for my maiden speech. I'm so proud to be here in this place. I feel so privileged to be here in this place. And I hope that I will make a good contribution to the business of this place with my background as 20 years in public service as both a magistrate and a borough councillor.
Yes.
I would like to thank the voters of Runcorn and Helsby who have put their trust in me. It certainly was a historic night, a night I will never forget. We had a recount at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and the result finally came through at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and there were 6 votes in it. So I think 6 is probably my lucky number from now on.
Yeah, that's it. 2 minutes.
We certainly put Runcorn and Helsby on the map, and it is actually the closest by-election parliamentary result.
Well, hello, political junkies. Welcome back to UK Tribune, where we dissect Westminster drama faster than MPs dodge tough questions. Today we've got a parliamentary performance that was more awkward than a handshake in the pandemic era. Our dear Prime Minister Keir Starmer just had what we'll generously call a moment during Reform UK's newest MPs Maiden speech. Spoiler alert, it involves stuttering, strange expressions, and enough discomfort to make even the speaker squirm. Buckle up, because this political roller coaster has more twists than a Conservative leadership contest. If you're new here, I'm your host at UK Tribune, bringing you the sharpest takes on British politics with zero filter and plenty of cheeky commentary. We don't do boring around here. Westminster provides enough of that already. Let's set the stage, shall we? The House of Commons, that hallowed chamber where democracy happens and where, apparently, our Prime Minister forgets how to maintain his poker face. Sarah Pochin, Reform UK's newest parliamentary acquisition, rose to deliver her maiden speech. Now, maiden speeches are traditionally met with respectful attention. They are like royal weddings. Everyone's supposed to be on their best behavior regardless of what they're thinking. But apparently, nobody gave Starmer that memo. Look at him. Our PM's face went through more expressions than a Netflix drama series. First confusion, then disbelief, followed by what I can only describe as a look of someone who's just realized they've left their oven on at home. When Starmer tried to interject, oh my days, it was like watching someone try to parallel park for the first time. Words stumbling over each other, awkward pauses, and a delivery so stuttered it could compete in a Morse code competition. The Labour benches went quieter than the Treasury's promises about tax cuts. Even veteran MPs were looking at their shoes, wondering if they could somehow teleport